I love bots in video games, and not just in a story set campaign or a mode where bots are the main objective, but more so a fill-in for other players that you can play offline, stress-free, practice, whatever the case may be. And recently, Dead by Daylight has added bots into the Kill Your Friends mode, where you can play as the killer against survivor bots. Killer bots aren't in yet, but hopefully they will be, although they use the word soon, and we know how these things go in video games. Seriously though, this is the best feature added into the Forged in Fog update, which to be fair, isn't a high bar to set. It was a bit of a train wreck, but I digress. It is a phenomenal feature, and I'm glad that they added it, because it adds a whole list of people that can make use of this, including myself, a content creator. Bots are fantastic for that. It allows us to test different add-ons and see what kind of effect they have before we go into a live match and try to test them. It allows us to figure out different builds that we can use in actual videos and see if they function the way that we want them to. It allows for gameplay footage wherein we don't want to actually play against real players or wait in queue or have to deal with that kind of stress, and we just need to record some small footage like in this video. What you're watching is against bots. And, you know, they're not perfect. They have their issues. Sometimes they don't act like normal players would. Mind games are a bit of a weird thing to them, and they don't really react in the way that you would think a normal player would, but they get the job done. And they get it done, I'd say, fairly well for a game like this. Dead by Daylight can also now be played as a single-player experience. If you just want to play against bots in a Kill Your Friends where you have access to literally anything that you would like and any killer that you would like as long as you own them, you can do that and just play single player, essentially, against AI bots and just chill and have a stress-free time. And maybe you can roleplay as Michael Myers on Haddonfield against survivors and just be the ultimate slasher villain. If you want to do that, you now have that option, which is phenomenal. That's fantastic. There's a whole crowd of people that don't want to play PvP, especially after they added MMR and it made everyone sweat a lot more, but that's not the point here. The point is it allows a PvE experience, which it did not before, and it allows you to just kind of chill in a stress-free environment where you don't really have to go at your hardest, and you can do different fun builds and loadouts and test them out, have a good time with them, not really think about what your opponent is thinking about, because they're not thinking. They're robots. Unless you believe that robots can think and have their own emotions and have a consciousness and maybe play Dead by Daylight for hours and hours at a time and make 2-hour-long, 3-hour-long, 5-hour-long, 8-hour-long videos on the game and not break a sweat, then maybe they do exist, and you know, that's your belief. Anyway, I'm rambling again. My bad. Back to the bots, this system also adds a sort of a break. If you're playing in online matches, they're super stressful, they're super sweaty, you lose real hardcore, or it's just not fun matches back to back to back. Let's say you get killers that you're just not having a good time with, and then you swap the killer and you're just getting survivors that are grouped up and bring a map offering, and it's just not a fun time on either side. Then you can go and play against bots, and you can just have a stress-free experience while still playing the game that you know and love, and just have a good time with that. Take a breather, take a chill pill, just not think about it, and then you're ready. You're refreshed, you're ready to get back into it. In fact, every single way that I just listed to use these bots, I've already used since they've come out. I've used them to record this very footage that you're watching. I've also used them to test whether or not Lethal Pursuer and the new perk Nowhere to Hide actually function together. Newsflash, they don't. But I wouldn't have known that without going into a real game, and I didn't have to hassle someone to test it for me. I just could go in with bots and figure it out myself. I also very recently on stream had a bunch of back-to-back sweaty matches, and I just wasn't enjoying myself. I was getting tilted. I gave up on a few of them, and I eventually just went in and played bot matches and just hung out with my chat instead. And it was a great experience. It was just really relaxing. I didn't really have to think about it. I ran really sweaty builds like Midwich Nurse with Lethal Pursuer, Starstruck, you name it, range add-on, fucking recharge add-on, and I just played an absolutely, what would be a miserable experience for other players without actually putting them into a miserable match. And then I played Deathslinger, and I had a good time overall, not really thinking about the gameplay and just hanging out with chat while playing the game that I love and the game that I enjoy. After a few matches of that, I was relaxed and I was ready to go into another actual match. It gave me a good breather in between without playing in matches against real players and risking getting tilted again or having a bad experience. I don't want to make this video too long, so I'll just finish off with the point of bots in Dead by Daylight are fantastic. They're not perfect, they run into walls, they do weird things, but they allow for a good experience and a good set of utilities. If I just want to test something as a content creator or just out of pure curiosity, I can do that. If I just want to get some simple gameplay footage for, let's say, this video, I can do that. If I want to play the game as a single-player experience, well, I can do that. If I want to make the knight feel like a useful killer for once, I can do that. It has a lot of different utilities and a lot of different ways to go about it, and overall just adds a lot to the game, and I am very thankful that the bots exist. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for listening to me ramble on. And hey, have a great rest of your day. Hope you're enjoying the bots. Hope you're enjoying the new update despite its flaws. And hey, thank you for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.